Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. I am not Jessie Milestone. I am not the God Empress. I am Jeff the Iron Wolf. I am one of her loyal fans and subjects. Why am I here today? Well, Jessie, as you saw in her last video that she just recently uploaded, is still quite under the weather, even though she's trying to do Patreon stuff. Bless her heart. But I, out of the kindness of my own heart, saw her predicament, and she was worried about how she's going to keep the lights on, so I decided to help out. So, what's the topic for today? The topic of today is Battlefield 5, where EA screwed up when trying to promote women in the game and what they could have done right. Now, before I start that, I need my trusty phone because I saved all the stuff on it. Work with me, people. I'm not the most prepared. I'm not always the best, but here. Now, let me turn down the lights so I'm not blinding you guys. Alright. Now, what are we talking about? Well, as you all saw, EA completely screwed up the handling of putting women in Battlefield 5. The one director who went woke, now he's broke, and now he's out, he screwed the pooch on how to handle it. Now, the history lesson. For all those people who don't know, there were women in World War II. There are women who picked up a rifle and fought. Some interesting facts. Let's see here. Snipers of the Soviet Union. What you guys don't know is that between 1941 and 1945, there were almost 2,500 female snipers in the Russian military. 2,500. That's female snipers, of whom about 500 survived the war. So they had a pretty high attrition rate. But these women picked up a rifle, put rounds downrange, and killed people. The most famous of these Russian female snipers, and to all the Russian fans out there, I apologize right now. I am going to butcher this name. I am not a Russian speaker. My Russian accent's going to be absolutely fucking terrible, so please excuse me. But Lyudmila Pavlichenko, or her full name is Lyudmila Mikhailovna Pavlichenko. She was born July 12th, 1960, died October 10th, 1974. She was a Russian sniper. She was the best Russian female sniper of World War II, and arguably, actually not even arguably, actually one of the best snipers, period. During World War II, she is credited with 309 confirmed kills. Put this in perspective, Carlos Hathcock, greatest Marine Corps sniper who have ever lived, only had 100. The guy from American Sniper, I think he had somewhere in the neighborhood between 50 and 100. So, Lyudmila Pavlichenko had 3 times the best our American snipers ever had. This cements her as one of the best snipers to have ever lived. Period. The end. Up there with Vasily Zaitsev, any German, American, she's up there. Not just as a woman, just as a sniper, period. So, to say women didn't contribute shit to the war, yeah, I'd say they did. Also, fun fact for you. In the French Revolution, the people who... Oh, not the French Revolution. The French Resistance. My bad. I screwed up. I admit it. French Resistance to Nazi Germany. 15 to 20%. So pretty much 1 in 5 people of the French Resistance of World War II were women. Another fun fact. This is kind of fictional, but just so you know. Women in the French Resistance were actually immortalized in the great movie, The Longest Day. If you've never seen it, it has historical lights like Henry Fonda, John Wayne, Robert Mitchum. A very young Sean Connery before he was James Bond has a part in this movie. Just to give you the who's who of who's in the movie The Longest Day. Now, I will warn you, the movie The Longest Day is almost 4 freaking hours, and when I had it on VHS, it was split into 2 VHS movies. The first part was 2.5 hours, the other part was like an hour and a half. And I have watched it the entire way through multiple times. It's one of the greatest World War II dramas ever done, in my opinion. So, but, great part about this movie, there was actually a female resistance fighter who actually did some stuff. You see her when, D-Day is called and, John has a long mustache and basically codes the French resistance of, hey, this is on. Go do your parts. You see a woman cocking a rifle, getting ready to go out with the guys. You see her sitting in a field, holding open a light, signaling to a British plane overhead that was dropping out French paratroopers who were coming in to help them destroy this railway. During the attack on the railway, other French resistance fighters and the French commandos were planting explosives, I would guess TNT or C4 along the train tracks. A German trooper comes up. She tries to distract them, sees the other guys laying explosives, runs out with a lamp and is trying to stop the train coming at him. She actually tackles his ass into the river because it's going over a bridge. Now, she's wrestling with him. He starts getting the better of her, and she starts shoving her under, and a French trooper comes up and shoots the German soldier and kills him. But had she not knocked this German soldier into the river, nearly at the cost of her own life, that train would have either stopped or rolled through without incident. Instead, the French paratroopers and resistance was able to blow the tracks, destroy the train, and completely screw up the entryway. And I want to say it was one behind one. It was either behind Gold or Sword Beaches, which are the French Canadian and liberated French troopers beaches. It was Gold, Sword, and Juno. It was behind one of those. But anyways, to make a point to all those who just haven't bothered to read a history book, there were women in World War II who picked up a rifle and fought for either the freedom of their country or for their country. Now, I haven't done quite the amount of checking, but I'm willing to bet there were women in every resistance movement in World War II. I'd be willing to bet that there were female resistance fighters in China. I mean, I haven't done the research. I would love to do that, and if I have to, I'll update you all in the comments below. But, guys, there are women who fought. And for the United States, granted, I couldn't find a single fact, but there might be some out there, about the WASPs, Women Air Service Patrol. These women would take replacement planes and fly them into a combat zone. Land a combat zone base. Hand it over to her crew, get on DC-3, fly back, and do it again. It was basically done to help free up men for more combat roles. 47 WASPs lost their lines in the line of duty during World War II. So, don't think. Sorry about that. Small interruption. But anyways, just goes to show, women fought in World War II, lost their lives. Now, how does this pertain to EA? Well, instead of the bullshit article that we all read, and I think GameStop or something like that, where that one director was talking about how his daughter was asking, well, I can play in Fortnite, but why can't I play as women in Battlefield 5? And they said, well, we should do this. It should be a social justice movement. He was wrong. Now, if he'd come from the angle of, hey, Lieutenant Panchenko, women of French resistance and other resistance, the Women's Service Air Patrol, all these women who fought in World War II or gave service, and a lot of women died in the Russian army for freedom in World War II. We would like to immortalize them and honor them in Battlefield 5. If they'd have said something like that, I don't think the fan outcry would have been near as bad. Yeah, sure, I'm sure there's a small section of people who would have lost their shit up. Oh, women! Yeah! And it would have been a small comment. Those who are sane and no history like me would have been like, cool. You gave factual evidence of women in combat in World War II, and you'd like to immortalize them as resistance fighters, maybe Russian female snipers. None of us probably would have said a damn word. Or we'd have said, hey, you're using facts, you're using history, good on you. Now, I will slam EA for one thing about the woman in front. Now, I don't have a problem with the woman being on the front of Battlefield 5. What I do have a problem with is she's wielding a bat bigger than what we see in The Walking Dead, while smashing the brains out of some German soldier, while having prosthetic that never would have existed in World War II. Now, before all you all gamers get your panties in a wad, I do understand you have to take certain liberties, like health packs, being shot 20 times and not dying, stuff like that. You have to make sacrifices for gameplay. I play a game called World of Warships. They do this all the time, and if you think World of Warships is going to be a historical simulator, you're out of your fucking mind. It's an arcade first/third-person shooter that happens to use ships instead of people. And they take a lot of artistic license, and they take a lot of arcade license. It's an arcade game with some historical elements, not a fucking simulator. Battlefield 5 is more the same. I totally understand it. But that woman on the front, prosthetic, superhuman, wielding a bat that she probably could not wield. Hell, I'd be hard-pressed to wield. I'm 6 feet tall, and I weigh 230 pounds, and I don't think I could have wielded that thing effectively as a weapon. But suddenly she can. No, there are certain things that I will let go in the name of artistic light, and there are other things where I'm just going, yeah, no. Now, if it was something like Wolfenstein, where it's kind of set in a historical reference, but we all know Wolfenstein ain't that realistic, I probably would have let it slide. But this is Battlefield 5. No. Just no. Now, if you just had an old wielding a sniper rifle, mowing down German guys with accurate fire and all that as a resistance fighter, I wouldn't say crap. This is where EA screwed up. That is my presentation, guys. These are things to think about. Crack open a history book, guys. Look behind the bullshit. Actually do some research and realize, yes, women did fight, and there were great women who did heroic things in World War II. They are there. They deserve to be represented. Do it right. Don't give us this bullshit of Battlefield 5. This is where they're screwing up. They slid well into go woke, go broke, and they didn't have to get the point across. They could have made it historically accurate as they could and sold a hell of a lot of games, because I'm willing to bet some good money that this whole go woke, go broke definitely is a factor in why their pre-sales game sales are tanking, and when it actually comes game live, I'm sure it's gonna flop. That's just my opinion. I think it's gonna flop. So, anyways, I am Jeff the Iron Wolf. On behalf of our God Empress, may you all have another day. And while she's down for the count, but Jessie will return, and I pray and I'm hoping for her speedy recovery, and that I don't have to keep doing this, and she does. But while she's recovering, if you guys have any ideas you'd like for me to do, down below, in the comments below, tell me what you want. I will more than happily abide. And if there are some patrons out there, just mark that you're one of our Patreon videos and you'd like me to do something, I will be more than happy to do it, guys. And yes, I do live in a basement. It's not my mother's, it's my best friend's. I'm a basement dweller. It's just my lot in life right now. I'm a little broke. I'm working my ass off. I'm trying to get back on the good side of the green, but you know, shit happens. It's the Iron Wolf. And to all those women of World War II who fought and gave their lives for the highest cause of freedom, I know this is bad as a Marine. I know when I'm inside. I know I'm not wearing cover, but I still salute you all. It's the Iron Wolf. I'm out.